in recent times, four fins become really popular again, and I found out that some people have taken a single fin concept of mine and put four fins on it. Well, the more fins you add to the bottom of the board, to the hull, the more drag you introduce. Now, also, a single fin surfboard of mine has a much softer rail, soft all the way through to the back of the fin, right the way and then it hardens up just in the back to release, as opposed to a multi-fin, which is hard from the front of the side fins and it releases all the way back. The reason for that is, with the single fin, the softness holds the rail, which assists the fin to stay in the water properly. With the multi-fin design, the hardness is to release the water quickly because the fins do the holding. And with regard to four fin concept, it's actually, the more fins you put onto the board, the slower it'll go, which most people believe they've got a four fin and they tell you how fast it goes. It's got nothing to do with the fins, it's to do with the plan shape of the board. Most of the four fins these days have got from the back half of the board is wider and thicker, and that's what's giving them the extra speed, regardless of the four fins that add the drag. Like a single fin is, the only thing that's got less drag than a single fin is no fin. And then as you add the fins, 2, 3, 4, 5, all you're doing is adding drag. Most times the people that like four fins are not as, how could you put it, they're not as good a surfer as a person that can ride a more free-flowing board with less drag. So yeah, it's a bit of a misconception that four fins are fast. They're not, they're actually slower, but the board design itself gives you a faster performance because of the width and the area in the back. When you narrow the tail of the board down and you thin it out, it makes it less supportive of whoever's on it. When you widen it and thicken it, it gives it more support. It's that support factor that is the difference between dragging and up and going. When you paddle into a wave on a wider tail board, the wave will pick up the tail of the board and lift it forward. When you paddle into a wave on a narrowed tail, it doesn't start to get that feeling until it reaches the widest point of the board. Talk about wide tails, definitely don't spin out in big or hollow waves, providing the rail shape's right for the fin concept. As I said, soft rails for single fins, hard edge rails for multi-fins. Yes. And that's why I got bummed out when I found out people are putting four fins on a single fin. This softness here does a lot of holding. And with four fins, that's all, they hold anyway. It's the same as three fins, they hold on their own.